The Bears have won 4, count them, 4 games in a row for the first time since 2018 as they take down the Saints 26-14 in Week 7 to improve to 4-2 on the season. My name is Harrison Graham. This is our Chicago Bears Now post-game show. Plenty to discuss, a lot of positives. Not a great day for the quarterback. We'll get into that as well, but the vibes are high. I mean, 4 straight, 4-2. Vikings lose, you leapfrog them in the standings. Let's get the dubs in the chat, baby. They have not won 4 games in a row in 7 years. We can nitpick some things, and there's certainly some of that is worthwhile doing, but I mean, we're just starving for wins here. So to win 4 in a row, that's got me pretty fired up. Get the dubs down in the chat. So 26-14. Again, we'll get to Caleb as we go. Really good game from the running aspect offensively. Swift had a huge day. So did Kyle Monangai, who had a career kind of a breakout game for the 7th-round rookie. But I think we got to give our flowers to the defense. This is the 4th straight game the defense has 3 or more takeaways. The Bears now lead the NFLs in takeaways, I believe, and they've played 1 less game than most teams. They've already had their bye week. Dennis Allen has this unit cooking. Spencer Rattler, the first 28 minutes of the first half, at one point he had negative 17 passing yards. Now, to his credit, he heated up into that second quarter, put together that 91-yard drive, started the third quarter, had another drive, had a couple other moments as well. The raw stat line doesn't look horrific, but 4 turnovers, should have been 5. Kevin Byard had an interception, and Nahshon Wright, who was stuck in midair, ended up clocking him. Friendly fire, not on purpose, obviously. That one was dropped. Otherwise, it would have been a 4th pick and a 5th turnover from Rattler. Dennis Allen had him in jail for most of this game. They have seemingly fixed the run defense, at least the last 2 weeks. Alvin Kamara couldn't get anything going. Kendre Miller did leave early with an injury, so that is at least worth mentioning, but he only had 1 carry. The run defense as a whole today, 17 carries, 44 yards. That's 2.6 average. That's a dominant performance. And these 2 linebackers, with TJ Edwards playing the Mike, Tremaine Edmunds playing the Will, the opposite of what they did in the Matt Eberflus scheme, for 2 weeks now, it's looked really, really good. TJ was able to deflect the ball up, which Tremaine picked off. They're both shooting the gaps in the run game. There was one play where Edmunds picked the wrong lane, and they were able to convert a third down. But, throughout the course of playing 50, 60 plays, you're not going to play a perfect game as a player. The defense is playing really, really well. And I thought especially in the first half, they were getting good pressure on Spencer Rattler. Montez Sweat had a strip sack early in the game. After the Bears went 3 and out offensively, he strip sacks Rattler, which created a turnover and 3 points for the offense. So good to see him flash early in the game. Dominique Robinson had a nice TFL. He's flashing on average every other week now, so he's playing pretty well, at least for what the expectations are this year. Up to this point, I thought Jaquan Brisker lit some people up a couple of times, had an unfortunate roughing the passer, which – he's trying to deflect the Rattler pass. He gets a roughing, 3rd and 26. I think that's one of those, if you're Dennis Allen, don't even risk a penalty there. Just play coverage. If I'm going to nitpick anything Dennis Allen did, that play and the end and the start of the half, which coaches talk about all the time, the defense kind of got worked by the Saints offense. But other than that, just a dominant performance. And by the way, that's with Tyrique Stevenson going out with a shoulder injury, did not return. That is something to monitor. Nahshon Wright was beat up at one point. He luckily came back into the game as well. So you were pretty thin at corner for a good stretch there late in this game. And, Cullen and I on the watch party are like, man, you just got to survive here. You got to find a way to just get through this game. And they were able to do it. Kevin Byard, guys, he is playing at an extremely high level. Extremely, extremely high level. Had another pick, should have been 2 again if Nahshon Wright and him don't accidentally have a friendly fire situation. A couple breakups. He's just all over the place. He looked old and slow the first couple weeks, but since that Raiders game, he's been awesome. So shout out to Kevin Byard. This defense, man, they're going to give up some plays. That's just kind of the way it's designed, but they are getting a lot of takeaways and a lot of opportunities at takeaways, which is really, really nice to see. And, when the offense, especially the passing game, is not firing on all cylinders, it's nice to have the defense pick them up here in this one. All right, sub for Bears Dubs. That's 4 in a row. Thank you guys so much. We crossed 135,000 subscribers here on the channel. If you want free and daily Bears content, we are the channel for you. We'll have an additional bonus video tonight for you guys since the Bears played in the new window, so be on the lookout for that. We'll kind of take a deeper look at what happened today, so hit that subscribe button. Coming up here in a second, we'll take a look at the offense. Run game, really good day. Not a great day for Caleb. That's okay. We don't need to hit the panic button, but we do have to evaluate these things. But do want to tell you guys first about our awesome sponsor, Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. I've missed my last couple lineups. I was hot, but now your boy's gotten a little cold, but we're going to get back on the saddle. We're still up over $500 this season, and Prize Picks has a cool feature. Follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click, whether it's a friend, celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like. Hit the follow button. Check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. The way Prize Picks works is simple. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 player lineups, and if you hit, you win money, sometimes up to 2,000 times your entry. That's right, $10 can turn into 20,000. Had a 4-player lineup today. I had more on Juwan Johnson and Luther Burden receiving yards. Those both hit, but Caleb Williams only threw for the 150s, so really didn't come close to hitting more on that. I also thought Alvin Kamara would have a few more stronger runs, only had 28 yards, which, hey, I'm thrilled about. All good here, but took the more on that. Did not happen. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. All right, let's talk about the offense in this Bears 26-14 win. We'll talk about the quarterback first, then we'll get to the run game. You know, just really early on in this game, just for whatever reason, the passing game has just been off. You had this Drew Dahlman thing a couple of times where they get down deep in the red zone where it seems like Caleb's not ready for the snap based on the cadence, but Dahlman's snapping it anyway. I'll be curious to see what Ben Johnson is saying about that in the postgame presser. Maybe by the time you watch this, there's an explanation there, but that exchange was off a couple of times. Pre-snap penalties still were a problem today. I think they had 4 false starts. And Caleb, a few times, I thought he just tried to do too much. It kind of reverted back to rookie year Caleb, because even this year when Caleb has not played his best, one thing he hasn't tried to do too much is kind of the hero ball dance around. He did that on several occasions today. Now, you like that he can do that and keep plays alive. That's a part of his arsenal, but it felt like it was he tried to do it too much today. And so, Ben Johnson has said it's not just going to be a linear improvement all season. There's going to be bumps in the road. I would call today a bump. I thought the Saints did a good job of adjusting. Early on at times they would bring blitzes, and Caleb, they showed a graphic on the screen. He was 5 for 5 against the blitz, 7 for 17 against it at one point. So once the Saints kind of figured out, okay, if we drop 7, drop 8, and can drive the pocket back a little bit with 4, because they were doing. I did not think the pass pro was nearly as good as the run blocking today. He didn't seem to find the solutions, at least not often enough. So, look, you only turn it over once. Rattler turned it over 4 games. In a game like this, that matters. You'll take it, but this is like a coach's dream, right? Where you win by 12 fairly comfortably, and you have a lot of teach tape. And I would guess there's a lot of teach tape for Caleb Williams today. We'll see if he can bounce back. No one's hitting the panic button here. At least I'm not. I'm not spamming Bajent in the chat like some of you guys are. But I think it's also fair to say that this was not a very good performance for him. That's just reality. And when you can do that in a 12-point win, that's very, very nice. Okay, let's talk about the running game now. Just dominant. DeAndre Swift seems to be running with more intent. I think he's been more decisive on where the holes are and hitting those, and obviously getting big chunks. 6.5 average after 7.7 last week. That is excellent. 23 long today on 19 carries for $124. You feel good for this guy. This guy's in the building at 5:45 in the morning every single day. That's been well documented. Ben Johnson has been thrilled with him, and he did not waver with his evaluations of Swift, even when the run game was strong. He was like, I don't think this is a Swift problem. He felt like that, just the timing of the plays, the offensive line, and, I said it. Even though I thought Swift wasn't super decisive early in the year, I thought the pass pro was better than the run blocking, and now that's kind of flipped a little bit, so hopefully it can all click at the same time moving forward here. But really good stuff from Swift, and we got to shout out Cullen Brown's first draft crush, Kyle Monangai. 13 carries, 81 yards, first career touchdown, had a long of 24. Him and Swift combined for 205 yards on 32 carries. Really good stuff. He's dragging defenders, physical. He's also got enough juice. You can run outside the tackles with him as well. Caught a check down at one point. So really nice breakout performance from him in a game where running the football was going to be pivotal because of the pass game clunkiness, I'll call it. So really nice to see those two get going today. And look, the only negative is the pass game wasn't firing on all cylinders today, but it was still good enough, especially in terms of ball control, not putting the ball in harm's way very often, to come out with a win, again, against a team that has been very scrappy. They smoked the Giants a couple weeks ago. They've been in a lot of one-score games. This game never got down to one score in the fourth quarter. So overall, many more positives than negatives as the Bears have won 4 in a row. It's going to ramp up a little bit now. You got 2 road games against the Ravens who, yes, they're 1-5, but Lamar's coming back, Roquan's coming back. With the Steelers losing the other night, they are going to empty the tank next week coming out of the bye week. This is a tough spot. They're coming off a bye, getting some guys healthy. I would be pretty confident that the Ravens are going to be a betting favorite in this. So who you got? CHI for the Bears, BAL for the Baltimore Ravens. If the Bears can go into Baltimore and win this game, I don't care what their record is, that would be really, really impressive because Baltimore needs this game a lot more than the Bears do. Who would have thought that, by the way, when the schedule came out, that the Ravens need this game much more than the Bears do. And, hey, that's a testament to the Bears, but also to where the Ravens are at this point in the season. All right, Bears 26, Saints 14. There's my wrap-up show at Chicago. Again, 4th straight victory. They improved to 4-2, and I can't remember if I said this, but the Vikings lost. So they fall to 3-3 after their loss to Philadelphia. So Bears leapfrog them in the standings. Packers and Cardinals just kicked off, and the Saints play the Bucs tomorrow night. So who knows, if they get a little more help, I think technically they could actually be in first place when we wake up on Tuesday, which would be crazy to say. We'll see what happens. Hit that subscribe button, and as always, bear down.